Right, so this is the heart. This is the muscle that, well, keeps you alive, basically, and it does this through 4 different chambers with 4 valves separating those chambers and a bunch of arteries, veins, all that stuff. So let's get straight into it. The vena cava is what brings the deoxygenated blood into the heart, which then goes into the right atria and is pushed then into the right ventricle, which is separated by the tricuspid valve. The deoxygenated blood then goes through the pulmonary artery to the lungs to, oxygenate that blood. That is separated by one of the semilunar valves. And then once that's done, the oxygenated blood then comes back into the heart through the same pulmonary artery and goes into the left atria. This blood is then trickles into the left ventricle, which is split by the bicuspid valve, which stops any backflow. And then the blood from the left ventricle goes through the aorta and around the body. That is split by another semilunar valve. And then this cycle keeps repeating itself over and over to get the blood pumping. And the muscle tissue on the left side of the heart, that is greater than on the right side, because that is the side that has to pump more to get the blood around the whole body instead of just to the lungs. The heart is fully functional on its own without the brain because it has its own electrical system, and this cardiac impulse starts in the sinoatrial node, which is located in the right atria. This sends a signal through the heart, which ends up in the atrioventricular node, which then causes the atria to contract, squeezing any remaining blood in the atria into the ventricle, and the bicuspid and tricuspid valves stop backflow. So there is always going to be there's not going to be any blood in the atria. And then the electrical signal goes down the bundle of His in the septum to the Purkinje fibers, which are located around the ventricles, and this causes them to contract, pushing the deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary artery and the oxygenated blood into the aorta. And these are stopped by the semilunar valves, which stop backflow into the ventricle. And as this is happening, the heart then goes into a state of dystole, and the blood starts coming back into the atria and trickles into the ventricle, and the cycle repeats.